call this meeting of the Fremont County Board of Commissioners to order. If you please rise and join us for an invocation from Todd Luce from the Grandview Christian Church, followed by the pledge.
Would you pray with me, please? Gracious Lord and Holy Father, we come to you today and ask your blessing upon this meeting, that the decisions that are made and the items that come up will be decided for the best of our community and the best of the people that are here, Lord, and that you would give special understanding to the commissioners and help them be able to meet the people's needs as well, Lord. We thank you for the blessings that you give us. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Todd. Roll call, please.
Commissioner McFall,
Present.
Commissioner Grantham,
Here.
County Attorney Bellis,
Present.
County Administrator Carochi,
Present.
Planning and Zoning Director Victoria.
Present.
Thank you. Move on to approval of the agenda. I don't know of any changes.
Neither do I, Mr. Chair. If there are none, I will move to approve today's agenda.
We'll second that. It's been moved and seconded to approve the agenda. Any further discussion? Roll call.
Commissioner Grantham,
Aye.
Commissioner McFall,
Aye.
motion carries.
The next one is the consent agenda. We are not scheduling any public hearings today, just normal business stuff. And with that, I would move to approve the consent agenda.
And I will second that, Mr. Chair. Just making note, especially on some of these, the reschedulings, just to bring attention to them, just because of the timing of holidays,
Oh, yeah.
et cetera. Number 3 is the rescheduling of the December 24th meeting on Tuesday to Monday, December 23rd, and the Human Services and Public Health and Environment meetings the following week, moving those from New Year's Eve back to December 30th. So those that care about such things, please take note that those meetings are being moved to the Mondays of those weeks instead of the Tuesdays.
At the same time, so thank you. Roll call, please.
Commissioner McFall,
Aye.
Commissioner Grantham,
Aye.
motion carries.
I don't know if it's the smoke or if it's the allergies or what. I got this tickle
Yeah.
in my throat. It's terrible. All right, we move on to the administrative and informational. We'll start off with the Public Trustees Quarterly Report. Ms. Kathy Elliott, she's County Treasurer. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So third quarter, we initiated 14 new foreclosures. That brings us to a total of 41 year-to-date as of September 30th. Year-to-date last year, we had 46. We did have only one that started within the month of September, 2 that came in on the 30th, so they started in October, and then we have 2 or 3 more that will start this week. So it's kind of random how we get them. I did decide I was going to provide a little more information. So from year to date, we have withdrawn 19 files. Those are 23 and 24 files. Don't know why, whether the people sold the properties, whether they worked something out with their lender, we don't know, but so we have done that. We have 4 files that from 2024 that were cured, so people were able to catch up on their back payments. We have 9 in bankruptcy. We have 3 of them from 2019. And as of end of September, we have 28 active files from 2019 forward. And we have sold 13 at our foreclosure sales on Wednesdays. 2 of them went to outside bidders, 11 of them went back to lenders.
Wow, interesting numbers. Go ahead.
Kathy, are you seeing, you think these are trending up, trending down? Are they staying kind of the same? Or?
You know, they're kind of staying the same. I mean, September, we were like, what's going on? But then we've already gotten 5 this month, so
Right.
you just, I know the moratorium for the VA is still in effect till the end of this year.
Is that from COVID time or, yeah, okay.
And I really hate to see that moratorium come off because I don't want to see our veterans lose their homes.
Right.
Yeah, anyone, but especially veterans, yeah. Hopefully it doesn't do that.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Mr. Chair, I move that we accept the Public Trustee Quarterly Report.
Second. Has been moved and seconded to accept the Public Trustees Quarterly Report. Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Grantham?
Aye.
Commissioner McFall?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, next we move to the County Administrator Report. Mr. Tony Croce, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Chair. How are you?
Good.
So we'll begin with the job opportunities that we have posted for Fremont County. We have a project engineer position that closes October the 9th. In our Department of Human Services, we have a family assessment response caseworker position that closes October the 31st. We have an ongoing caseworker position that closes October the 18th. We have a front desk clerk that closes October the 9th, and an economic security technician in our family ongoing unit that closes October the 9th. We have ongoing postings for the Sheriff's Department for Deputy Patrol, Deputy Patrol Officer, which closes on October the 17th. And in our detention, for Deputy Detention Officers, that closes October the 15th. Our Fremont County Department of Transportation, we have a labor position that closes October the 16th, and a operator position that closes October the 16th also. In Planning and Zoning, our Planning and Zoning Department, we have a Code Enforcement Officer posting that closes October the 10th. And in our County Assessor's Office, we have an Assessor in Training position that closes October the 10th, and an Appraiser position that closes October the 10th. So for more information about employment opportunities in Fremont County, please visit our website, county website at fremontcountyco.gov, or call our HR department at 719-276-7409. Next, I'll move to an update on our bridge, our Grandview Bridge project. The bridge deck was poured. That's the bridge deck right there. The bridge deck was poured on Friday, October the 4th. It has to cure for 14 days before any more significant work on or loading of the bridge can occur. The city water line has been installed with adjustments and corrections made based on Canyon City Water Department's input. Bacteriological testing of the water line will occur after 80% curing of the deck concrete and prior to putting the water line into service. Miscellaneous water line related item installations are forthcoming, such as a fire hydrant, air vacuum valves, and water service tap. Roadway embankment construction, roadway subgrade preparation, and road grade paving are next and coming. Delineators, guardrails, striping, and fencing follow after that. The current expected construction end date is still November the 7th, so we're on time for this project. That's all I have, Mr. Chair.
It's awesome. Thanks for that update.
Thank you, Tony. As you can hear, Tony will be taking over the bass in our barbershop quartet. So glad you're here today, though, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of people anticipating or getting antsy about that bridge getting open, so it'd be nice to get it open and be in good shape. Appreciate that. All right, next we'll see if anybody up here has anything to say. Commissioner Grantham?
Oh, I've always got something to say. We'll have to take twice as long since Commissioner Bell's not here. First of all, we do have elections quickly approaching us, so please be aware of all those things that are happening on the ballot. As the clerk, I think, told us in our last meeting, I believe, it is a 19-inch ballot. It's a long one, and it's front and back. Miraculously enough, we got it on there without putting in microscopic print. where we're able to fit it front and back on one sheet of paper, so you don't have to deal with two different sheets of paper in your ballot and returning that to the clerk's office. There are 14 ballot measures from the state, both from Citizen Initiative, 7, and 7 from the legislature, as well as any local ones, depending on where you exactly reside here in Fremont County. So please pay attention to all of those measures and the blue books and all the explanations for that. The other thing, Mr. Chair, and hope you indulge me for a few minutes on this one. Everybody is aware and watches the same news I do probably, and what happens across the world right now and across our country. Today is October 8th. Yesterday was the anniversary of a particular event that happened in Israel. Yesterday marked that 1-year anniversary. The opening salvo in what is the latest chapter of an attempt by radicalized Islamists, Hamas, to exterminate the people of Israel. I should probably interject here that we don't typically talk on such subjects in a Fremont County Commissioner meeting. But sometimes some things do rise to the level that we need to draw attention to it and sometimes just say something. And using this forum, this public forum, to do so is sometimes the best way for us to do it and to get that message out. These radical Islamic terrorists, Hamas, in seeking to exterminate the people of Israel, 367 days ago now, thousands of these terrorists stormed what was the Nova Music Festival near Gaza, and dozens of the small towns and kibbutzes in and around southern Israel and the Negev. They killed nearly 400 of these young people at the music festival, and over 1,300 total that day, while they took over 100 people hostage, including several American citizens who are still in captivity today. Today, overall, 101 hostages are still in captivity in Gaza. Since that day, Israel has, in its own defense, waged a war against these terrorists in Gaza, terrorists who shield themselves with civilians, women and children, in hospitals and in schools, all so that they can parade out pictures and videos of dead children to drum up hatred for Jews and Israel. In the meantime, across Europe and in the United States, college campuses are filled with protesters giving comfort and aid to these terrorist enemies of Israel. They couch their own anti-Semitism and hatred of Israel with slogans like, "From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free." A phrase which means simply one thing: the extermination of Israel and Jews. These privileged, mostly white and well-to-do students, radicalized by their socialist professors of modern academia, fancy themselves some sort of peace protesters of the 1960s, when in fact they more closely resemble the brown shirts of the 1930s Germany, who eventually were goose-stepping their way to the extermination of more than 6 million Jews in Europe. Currently, Israel is not only taking on Hamas to the south, now they are facing a daily barrage of missile fire on the north from a Hezbollah-controlled Lebanon, and fire from the south from the Houthi. All of these are Iranian-backed proxies in their decades-long effort to drive Israel into the sea. Again, just the latest chapter in the ongoing anti-Semitic, anti-Jewish war against Israel. Today, however, we cannot allow the time to pass without forgetting that there are still 101 people in captivity in Gaza for over a year, taken in that brutal attack by Hamas. we should not forget, and we should not let our leaders forget. Sometimes it seems that they do. They put on a brave face, but they, and they say the right things, it seems, that they are working to get them out, and yet they work against the very nation that is trying to defend themselves against these barbarians. We should make it very clear that we support Israel in their efforts to defend themselves. We support their efforts to free these hostages, and we should get the hell out of their way. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Wow, thank you, Commissioner. I just got a couple of quick things. One, Teller County and I believe Park County are under stage 1 fire restrictions. We are not yet in Fremont County, but it is very dry out there, so just be very careful while you're out there enjoying the colors. It is beautiful up in the hills, but be careful and don't drag chains, don't start any fires, and be very careful. We don't want more smoke in the air. The smoke we're getting is, I guess, from Idaho and Wyoming. And I was up in Cripple Creek yesterday for a meeting, and it was terribly smoky up there. So it's the air quality is pretty poor. So just be careful if you're having trouble breathing and being outside. Anybody else up here with anything? Nope. Okay, we'll move on to citizens who wish to address the commissioners of matters not scheduled on the agenda. We have Mr. Dave Roberts. Good morning, sir. If you'll push that front button on that, it'll turn that microphone on. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Bingo.
Now, I'm not a very good speaker, so I'll try to get
okay.
to the point. I live in Penrose at 1686 11th Street. It is on the corner of 11th and Q Street. A few months ago, we had a severe storm out there which washed out a good part of our road right on the corner of 11th and Q. I have pictures to verify that, and so I started calling the road department, try to have the problem solved, and I understand that they're busy. I did get a call back from the superintendent, which I believe is Mr. Witt, and he did inform me that they have 500-600 miles of road to take care of, that I was on the agenda. Well, this went on for months. I had rocks in the road that size, and well, actually part of the road base washed out onto my property. So I believe it was about 2 weeks ago, the road grader showed up and they graded the road from 9th Street to 12th Street, but they didn't touch that. They left that part of the road alone, and I even asked the gentleman that was running the road grader if they were going to repair that, and he said, we hope to. Well, they left, nothing was done, which upset me. So I did call the lady at whoever is in, takes the phone calls for the road department. And I was a little upset, and I told her, I'm not blaming you, I understand you're the messenger. I said, but why didn't they fix my road? And I did tell her at the time, said, I'm going to take this to the county commissioners, and I'm also going to take it to the Daily Record. I mean, after 2 or 3 months and nothing's done, well, I'm getting a little upset. And so a few days later, the road crew showed back up with 2 road graders. What they actually did, and I have photographs to show it, they made my road worse. There's still large rocks in the road. As a matter of fact, instead of hauling road base in and repairing the damage, they took about a block and they graded the road base off of that and tried to push it down into this hole, which made the whole road worse. And I have photographs, and I just, I'm a taxpayer just like everyone else. I have a lot of property in Fremont County, numerous different properties. I pay taxes. I would like to have my road fixed, and I'd like to have it repaired back to the way it was before the road grader came along and destroyed it. And I'm not trying to get anyone fired, but in my opinion, the person that ran that road grader was inexperienced, didn't know what he was doing. He basically took the road base off, and if you want to see pictures, I can show you pictures.
I don't think we need to see pictures. I trust your word. Are you talking about O Street or 11th Street? or, I mean, Q Street or 11th Street that
You have to
they,
forgive me, I'm hard of hearing.
was it Q Street that they did that to? Or 11th?
You can't hear very well. 11.
Okay,
Yeah, it's on the corner of 11th and Q
Right,
Street.
but it's 11th
actually,
that they graded.
Now, back in 96, and this is quite a ways back, my wife and I wanted to subdivide that property. My brother Ron lived next door. He had approximately 5 acres. We was told at that time that the only way that they would subdivide is if I brought that road up to county specs, or they would not subdivide. We spent several $1,000s having that road brought up to county specs, so my wife and I personally paid to have that road put in. We were also told at that time that the county would do the maintaining after that. Now, when I did speak to Mr. Witt on one occasion, he said that that wasn't even on his agenda to fix that road. Now, he has a few times run a road grader up and down that road, but he had no knowledge of that. So, I'd like to know if something's going to be done to repair the road.
okay. We'll check on that for you. Thank you for being here.
Okay? I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, is there anyone else? That's the only ticket I had. Doesn't look like it. Okay, we will move on. We have no old business. We'll move on to new business. The first item is requesting an issuance of a malt venison spirituous and fermented malt beverage special events permit. The Royal Gorge Chamber of Commerce Alliance Foundation for an event at Pathfinder Park and Event Center, 6655 Highway 115, Florence, Colorado, on October 25th, 2024, from 4 to 10 p.m. We have Emmy here this morning. Good morning.
Good morning. How are y'all?
Good, how are you?
Doing good.
Tell us a little bit about the event, please.
Well, it's our Pasta for a Purpose. It's our annual scholarship fundraiser. It stays here in Fremont County, so it's awarded to Fremont County residents. Last year we were able to raise $10,000. So we gave out 10 $1,000 scholarships to local PCC students. It's a great community event, and this year, going to be a little different. We are going to bring participants who have received it and have made it through school, and some of them still work in our community. So it's a valuable fundraiser. It benefits our community, and it helps keep us with a good workforce in our area. So there you have it.
So you mentioned it just kind of once, but it benefits Fremont County PCC Fremont campus students, right?
Yes.
Which is great. These are great events, and those kids that do attend those, you just see the excitement on their face, so it's
Yes, so we're
pretty
excited to
cool.
hear from some past recipients this year and that still work within our community, so excited for
Okay.
that.
Any questions for me at this point?
Well, Debbie's not here to ask hers, so I don't know if we can even do this. She's the only one to ask those questions, so.
Yes, we've all been through the training.
Yes, training and security, wristbands, and are
We probably won't do wristbands, but we will ID those that
ID.
do
okay.
approach the bar, yes.
Okay. I guess I'll have to.
We
We'll
would
have
love
to
to
get.
see
We'll
y'all
have to get Debbie
attend.
to type out her typical questions for us in these events,
Yes.
so we know that we're covering all the bases.
Yes, we would love to see you all attend. Chris and myself will be cooking the meal, and I'll just throw it out there, we are in need of some celebrity servers. So, Mr. McFall,
Commissioner
we
Bell would
love to-
gladly do that
Yes,
for you.
We would love to
We'd
see
love
you.
to volunteer Debbie for that, and
I see two gentlemen that would be lovely servers. Commissioner Grantham, Commissioner
Okay,
McFall.
can I get a staff report, please?
Ms. Dennehy turned in the application on time. A sheriff and health report wasn't received, probably because the Royal Gorge Chamber Alliance has done several events at this location this year. The reason there's a gap between receiving the application and it being sent to the attorney is because we have a 10-day business wait policy to receive the health and sheriff report. The county attorney Bellis reviewed the application in its entirety and did not report any deficiencies, so clerk's office recommends approval.
Thank you. Any questions?
none from me. Anything else to add on yours?
No,
Otherwise,
but can I hand these to you guys?
absolutely.
Pass them out. We are still looking for sponsors.
Okay.
Yeah,
Excellent.
and I'll wait till you get back to the mic to answer this, but how can people purchase tickets if they're interested in getting there?
They can go online to the Royal Gorge Chamber Alliance.org and go to our events and hit it and find the Pasta for a Purpose, or they can walk into the chamber and we'll gladly help them.
Very good.
We did go last year. This was a very, very good event. Very fun to go to. So those that are listening, the millions that are watching, millions, please
Your
take
support
advantage
is-
of this time and good pasta.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve this request for the issuance of a malt, venison, spiritus, and fermented malt beverage special event permit for the Royal Gorge Chamber Alliance Foundation for an event at Pathfinder Park and Event Center at 6655 Highway 115 in Florence on October 25th from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m.
I second that. So it has been moved and seconded to approve this license as just mentioned. Any further discussion?
Nope.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Grantham?
Aye.
Commissioner McFall?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hope to
Thank
see
you.
y'all. You have a great day.
Okay, item number 2 is requesting the issuance of a malt, venison, spiritus, and fermented malt beverage special events permit for the Kindred Kids Child Advocacy Center for an event at Pathfinder Park and Event Center, 6655 Highway 115 in Florence on November 22nd, 2024, from 6 to 10. And we have Lori Jenkins here this morning. Good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
Good, how are you doing?
Doing good.
Tell us about your event.
This is our annual Night of Heroes event. It will be held at Pathfinder Park this year on November 22nd. It is to raise funds for the Child Advocacy Center and some of our expenses that are not grant funded. Things like taxi rides, emergency housing, emergency shelter, snacks for our kiddos, anything that our normal grants do not pay for, that's what this fundraiser is for. We are planning on having about 250 people there, at least that's what our hope is. We will have, this year we're having a guest speaker, which we have never had before. Her name is Lori Poland, and she is from Colorado, and a survivor of child abuse. And so we're hoping that that will be an interesting topic for our guests to come. We've never had a guest speaker before. It's kind of hard to ask survivors to do this kind of thing. So we're hoping that this will be a good experience for everyone.
Kate, this is more of an ask of you other than the event, but can you tell the millions that are watching a little more about the Kindred Kids Child Advocacy Center? Because I think we're blessed to have that here. I'm in this county. My daughter, when she was young, had to go through some of that as well from another deal, and she was sent here and there and every which way and everything, and I think what you guys do is very important. If you could just elaborate on that just a little bit for us, and then we'll get back to the business here.
Absolutely. So Kindred Kids Child Advocacy Center is an accredited child advocacy center that provides services to the entire 11th Judicial District. It is like a one-stop shop for children who've been abused sexually or physically. We help investigators by conducting our forensic interviews in a child-friendly and child-focused, trauma-informed environment. We also provide a safe space for our medical staff to do medical exams as well on site, instead of our kiddos having to go to the hospital and sit in a waiting room for hours on end to see the nurse. We also then have advocacy services for our kiddos and our families. The services that we provide on the advocacy side start the minute that they come to our center, all the way through the disposition of that case. And in some of those cases, that's up to 3 years. The longest one we've had is 3.5 years, where we were in that family's life, making sure that they had the services that they needed, mental health services. A lot of our families go through hardships when the perpetrator may be the sole breadwinner, and they now are facing housing issues and food issues, food securities, things like that. And so our advocate's job is to maintain contact with them through the entire time, making sure that they have all of those services. And when they come with a need, that we're directing them to another local service in our community that can provide those needs for them. We also are providing education to our families on internet safety, safety with children just in general. And we have now taken on providing some opioid information to our parents so that they have referrals out to other agencies who may be able to help them out with an opioid addiction or problem that they may be having in their home.
Thank you.
You're
Thank you. I think it's very important what you guys do there. Any questions?
No. Other than go ahead.
Staff report, please.
Ms. Jenkins turned in the application and supporting documents in well before the 45-day requirement. The sheriff and health report came back recommending approval. On the application, it states that the times of the event will be 3 p.m. to midnight, and on the event coordinator application, it says 6 to 10 p.m. I discussed with Ms. Jenkins, and she said she put the 3 p.m. to 12 a.m. because she wasn't sure if it needed to include setup and cleanup time. The actual hours that liquor will be served is the 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Clerk's office recommends approval.
Okay, thank you. So the typical server question again?
Yes.
Then? Your servers are trained?
Yes, so we are contracted out with 9th Street Liquor, which is Thunder Road. They will be doing it. They have all of the requirements for serving alcohol.
Okay, and then what about security at the doors to make sure nothing leaves or comes in?
We will be banding everyone, and then we've got our board members and other volunteers that are going to be helping us watch those doors.
Excellent.
Okay, any other questions?
Not for me. I will move, if
Okay.
you're ready for a
Yep,
motion.
I'm ready.
Move the approval of the request for the issuance of a malt, vinous, and spiritus and fermented malt beverage special event permit for the Kindred Kids Child Advocacy Center for an event at Pathfinder Park and Event Center, 66555-115 in Florence, on November 22nd, 2024, from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m.
Second. So it has been moved and seconded to approve this liquor license as just mentioned. Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Grantham?
Aye.
Commissioner McFall?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Thank
much,
you.
and we encourage anyone to come. This may be our last sit-down fundraiser for a while.
I guess I need to ask you the same. How can people reach out to get tickets?
They can purchase tickets online on our Facebook page, on our website. They can give us a call at our local office, and we will take those cash, check, credit card, whatever they would like. But
Very
we'd
good.
really like to get as many as we can.
Thank you. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, next item is appointment of a new member to the Fremont County Tourism Council with a term expiring 12/31/2026.
Mr. Chair, we received a request to join the Fremont County Tourism Council from Kelly Branick. She is a local travel agent here in Fremont County and very familiar with the travel industry and the tourist industry here in Fremont County. And just suffice it to say, she gave us one of the more unique applications or letters, and I'll leave it at that, but it does belie her good sense of humor, which will fit in quite well around here and with the existing Tourism Council. And so with that, I would move for the appointment of Kelly Branick to the Fremont County Tourism Council with the term expiring 12/31/2026.
It was quite an interesting letter. It was great. I second that. So it has been moved and seconded to appoint Kelly Branick to the Fremont County Tourism Council with a term ending 12/31/2026. Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Grantham?
Aye.
Commissioner McFall?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Next item is reappointment of Grant Schimmel to the Fremont County Airport Advisory Board with a term ending October 1st, 2027. We'll note that the next three are reappointments, and we did receive letters from these individuals requesting to be reappointed.
And I will take care of this one as well, Mr. Chair. Grant is a longtime member of the Airport Advisory Board, and I mentioned this, I think, in the last meeting when we had a reappointment letter. These guys are really good and committed to this committee and this board, and looking out for the best for our airport and its development. And they are masters at their craft, so to speak. And they're all pilots and very concerned about, what happens with the airport and that it always moves positively forward. And they're the ones that run any of the fly-ins that we have or any of the shows that we have out there. They're the ones that do the planning and everything. And in any case, I move that we approve the reappointment of Grant Schemmel to the Fremont County Airport Advisory Board with the term expiring October 1, 2027.
I will second that. So Grant Schimmel will be reappointed to the Fremont County Fremont County Airport Advisory. We'll get him on the right one. Term expiring October 1st, 2027. Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Grantham?
Aye.
Commissioner McFall?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item number 5 is reappointment of Tammy Rakovich to the Fremont County 4-H Sale Committee with the term ending December 31st, 2027. Tammy's been on that sales committee for quite a few years and does a great job. They organize the livestock auction at the fair for those kids to sell their projects. And she's got grandkids involved in it now, went through her kids and now her grandkids, and she's pretty excited to ask for a reappointment. So I would move to approve the reappointment of Tammy Rakovich to the Fremont County 4-H Sales Committee, term ending December 31st, 2027.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded to reappoint Tammy. Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Commissioner McFall?
Aye.
Commissioner Grantham?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Item number 6 is reappointment of Tammy Rakovich to the Fremont County Fair Board with a term expiring December 31st, 2027. And once again, she's been a long-term staple on the Fair Board, been through a lot of changes, and she does a really good job with the kids, and she has a 4-H club and still a leader of that, and again, working her grandkids through there. So I would move to reappoint Tammy Rakovich to the Fremont County Fair Board, term ending December 31st, 2027.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Commissioner McFall?
Aye.
Commissioner Grantham?
Aye.
Motion carries.
That is the end of the business. So with that, we are adjourned.